Today on the channel, we take a trip to Wrestlecade 2025. Beautiful this time of year for Axe, Smash, Maniacs, Demolition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another retro wrestling figure unboxing, and today we're coming in extra hot with Axe and Smash Demolition, the Wrestlecade 2025 exclusive from the Maniacs line, available at Nerd's Closet, and I don't know if it's available anymore. I guess we'll find out once they do arrive. However, this was a pre-order months ago time. What is time once again? But these are arriving Wrestlecade weekend, and if you're at Wrestlecade, get these autographed by old Axe and Smash while you're there, and then hopefully they'll have extra stock available at the Nerd's Closet. Now, this isn't the first time around the sun with these Maniacs figures. We've unboxed the Legion of Doom. We've unboxed the Steiner brothers. Now we got another tag team here, and we got more tag teams to come in the future, as we've talked about in my weekly toy news videos, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss some of those. But Axe and Smash, two of my absolute all-time favorites from when I was a kid. Very excited to get Axe and Smash here. Coming down to the wire, as we do know they are with Mattel now, but this was signed before their Legends deal with Mattel. So very interesting to see this, and very interested to get these out of the package. And there's only one way to do it. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And one thing I got to say is kudos to the Maniacs team, as they always include a nice protective case with these. Obviously, not everybody opens these up. You should, but you don't have to. You can leave these in the package, and they do come with a nice case here. It's got the film on it you can take off, but very cool to get a protective space on this. I am here for that, so kudos to them. Knowing that there's people that are going to open it, people are going to keep it nice and minty, so you do get that with their figures. Very cool to see that. But now we're going to dive into it, and uniform packaging on these, always looking the same, and it's nice to kind of have these in a box too. You know, we're so used to the J-hook pegged figures, we get those all the time, but these being boxed, you can just stack them high, stack them like a Funko Pop if you want to. But we do get the Demolition boys in here. No Crush allowed, no Mr. Fuji either, just Axe and Smash, old school style. Maniacs logo up there, Demolition, window box, white and red to match the face paint on Smash, at least on this one here. It does say officially licensed product, Wrestlecade Weekend 2025 exclusive. So this was a pre-order. It was shipping by Wrestlecade. And if you're at Wrestlecade here, Thanksgiving Weekend 2025, you can pick this one up. And you're promoting that Wrestlecade Weekend. A nice memento if you're going to that as well. Axe on the side, Maniacs, Smash on the other side. And then look at that. There's Axe and Smash, and then we got a little bit of a readout there. Let's see what it says about our old friends back here. Demolition, Axe and Smash from Parts Unknown. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. Now, Todd, did you hear the other day Parts Unknown got snow? I couldn't believe it. Usually no snow in Parts Unknown, but they did this time. Combined weight, 581 pounds, and we got quite the War and Peace back here. Demolition, one of the most formidable enduring tag teams in professional wrestling, made a significant impact in the late 80s and early 90s in the World Wrestling Federation and Kyle Peterson's heart. I think it says that in there. Initially consisting of Axe, Bill Eddie, Smash, Barry Darso, kind of. Wasn't it like Randy Cooley before that? They became three-time WWE World Tag Team Champions, setting the then record for the most combined days as champions with the title. Their powerful, aggressive style and menacing persona made them the dominant force in the division. Though their reigns ended, Axe and Smash reunited in 2007 for special appearances, further solidifying their place as legends in wrestling history. I'm here for that. I am here for that all day long. We do got some plugs on the side of the box down there as well. But I'm here for it. I'm here for more Axe and Smash figures. We know we got them coming from Mattel now. I'm going to save the packaging on this one as well. I've saved all the other packaging. Looking good. You got kind of that background there. Nice, gentle, off to the side. See you later. And then you get the plastic prison, the double plastic prison for Axe and Smash. Pop right up out of there very easily. See you later, goodbye. Pull it out. See you later. Goodbye. We're off to the races. Which one are we going to go to first? Axe or Smash? It's a pick 'em. It's like that cup game where you move the cups around. Which one am I going to go to? I'm going to go to this one. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's going to be Smash as I lose the helmet off the top there. Ooh, he's got that straight from the factory smell as well for him. Now, let's dive into it. I guess let's start with the mask on this one. Now, the masks are loose. They did say that before. They do have a little rattle to them, a little looseness to them. However, that is smart business if you ask me. You've maybe had figures over the years, be it wrestling, Marvel Legends, anything else, where the masks are too tight on the head. You place it on there and you rip it off, and then all of a sudden, bam, there goes the paint off the front of the nose. There is nothing worse than that ever. So we don't have that issue with these. The helmets will stay on. It's just they're not super, super tight on these. And I'm okay with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. But it is your typical Demolition mask. It's the black mask, looking like Lord Humongous in some ways. Got the studs on the top like a young Rob Halford back in the 70s, who we foolin' in 2025 as well. But we got the helmet here, classic Demolition, as we do know with that. Now, diving into the figure itself, these are very stylized figures. These aren't, Hasbros. They aren't grapplers and gimmicks. They aren't heels and faces, KWK. I could list for days all the retro companies. They got their own form factor. They got their own style, and it definitely works as they continue to build on to this line here. Very, I guess, cartoony, a more cartoony styled here is what we have going on with Demolition. But it does look good. And started off here with Smash, looking like a young Gene Simmons with that tongue. That's a long tongue on him. In the red, you do got the red and white face paint, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a long tongue, as I said. You get the dark hair, the brown hair in the back there for old Barry Darsow, looking pretty nice. Now, we do get the vest over the top, and are these vests removable? It looks like they probably are. There we go. Okay, they are. So they clip in there on the back. So they are removable if you want them to, and they will plug back in. So you can remove that if you want to. If you want the entrance look or the non-entrance look, you can choose your own adventure. Stiff plastic. Plastic feels very similar to the mask on these. You got the studs all over the top. Feels really nice. It's nice raised on there, looking very good. You also get the studs on the forearm guards here and 2 Fists of Fury for old Smash, looking very nice. You do get the black boots with all the buttons, or the studs, I guess, not the buttons, the studs and the buckles on there. Black knee pads as well. Even that blue undersleeve on the right leg for Smash right there, looking very nice. No doubt about it, somebody hands me this, I know this is Smash immediately, so it does look very, very nice here. We'll walk through articulation with Axe here in a bit. But looking very good. Looking very good here. I like Smash, of course, and Smash going to stand right there. But now we're going to dive into Axe. Same mask going on. These masks can go either way, I am fully sure of. You can slide them on either one, so it doesn't really matter which one you put the helmet on. But you can do either one if you want to. And once again, we got Axe going on right here. Looking good with the silver and red face paint. Looking like something out of the Masters of the Universe, I always thought. Got the hair in the back once again. Different hairdo. Yep, different hairdo on these two. So nice to see some changes, some differences here. Now, helmet the same. Guess what? The vest is going to be identical. Makes a lot of sense to have identical vests. But it looks like the bodies may be identical as well. Now, we don't get that knee sleeve like we got with Smash, so there is a little bit of difference there. But everything else seems to be the exact same. And that's kind of the form factor we've seen from the Maniacs line, going back to the Steiners, the LOD. A lot of reuse, a lot of the same bodies, basically same heads and maybe some paint differences, but a lot of the same stuff. And you got the same fists, same body, same shoes. Got to get the most out of your molds. It's something we say on the channel here all the time. And that's what they're doing right here. But it's a tag team. It's Axe and Smash. It makes sense. Now, would I like to have had maybe a different hand on one of them? Yeah, maybe, but these two are fighters, they're bruisers, they're going to have Fist of Fury, but maybe a nice hi-ya hand on Axe wouldn't have been against things if that was the case there. But very similar, obviously, as the figures are going to be. And Axe also showing a little tongue for those keeping track at home. Now, articulation, you do get the side-to-side on the head, you get the waist articulation side-to-side, arms all the way around for us. And that is it. That is where we end as far as that goes. Now, the holes in the feet, so they will fit, hopefully, on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%. What do you know? A little extra security for Axe and Smash if you need it with these stands. They fit perfectly on this stand, which is nice. It's always nice to have that little extra help there for old Demolition. But not a bad piece of business here. A very stylized line, once again, I've said it a few times, but that's kind of the charm here. I think if this looked like everybody else, I don't know how well they'd resonate. Obviously, some heavy hitter characters like the Steiners, the LOD, and Demolition, they're always going to resonate with somebody, but having them in their own stylized line, looking and feeling different from all the competition, I think is the best way to go to market at this point in time here. And that's what they got with Demolition. So Demolition Wrestlecade exclusive this weekend. We'll see if the Nerds Closet has some more stock. Hopefully they will soon. We'll see what ends up happening there. And they are available for autographs if you're at Wrestlecade. But a fun one here. Playing a lot of hits for me. You know I love face paint. You know I love Demolition. So very happy to have these in my collection here. And it should be a pretty good month as far as Demolition unboxings. We've got Mattel around the corner, Big Rubber Guys around the corner. There's a lot of Demolition business picking up here as of late. And it's picking up here right now with a little Smash and a little Axe, old school Hasbro. So you can kind of compare the size difference between these. Masks don't fit on the old ones there. These will fit on here if you want to, though, for whatever reason. But there it is right there, a little classic Axe and Smash. And then we take it even more classic here. We got Axe and Smash from Epic Toys. We've got 2 versions of those as well. So a lot of Demolitions to come and a lot of Demolition in the rear view. And man, oh man, I'm here for it. It's about time for a Demolition top 10 on the channel, and I think we're about ready to do that sooner rather than later. Look for that in 2026. But I gotta say, everything I've got from this line so far, I have enjoyed. This one continues the enjoyment. Going to be interesting to see where they go in the future. All the 2-packs we've got, just recently announcing the Hebner 2-pack, which is a little controversial, and we'll talk about that in the toy news as well. But I've enjoyed all these figures so far, and I can't wait to see what 2026 holds for this toy line. We'll wait and see. But what say you guys and gals out there? You diving into the Matt Maniacs? You picking up any of these? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got 2 YouTube channels full of content each and every single day for you. Check it out if you have not already. Check out YouTube channel memberships and Patreon. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Axe, Smash, Matt Maniacs, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?